Do you know what it feels like to have the world at your feet, only to lose the one thing that matters most? Do you know what it means to be adored by millions, yet spend your final years in heartbreaking silence? At 93 years old, Angie Dickinson, once the queen of Hollywood glamour, now lives a life far removed from the spotlight. Her story is not just sad, it is devastating. And what you'll learn about her tragedy will leave you stunned. She wasn't born into stardom, she earned it. Angie Dickinson rose from humble beginnings to become one of the most admired women of her generation. With her elegance, charm, and undeniable talent, she became a fixture of Hollywood's golden age. She starred alongside icons like John Wayne, Frank Sinatra, and Dean Martin. And when she took the lead in the 1970s hit series Police Woman, she shattered barriers, proving that women could carry a tough, commanding role in a male-dominated world. She had the looks. She had the talent. She had the fame. But behind the flashing lights, her life was unraveling. Do you know what it's like to appear to the world as strong, while secretly carrying unbearable pain? That was Angie Dickinson's reality. Her marriage to composer Burt Bacharach seemed like a Hollywood fairy tale, but the truth was far from perfect. The one constant source of love and joy in her life was her daughter, Leah Nikki. But Nikki's life was marked by hardship. Born prematurely, she battled health challenges, including autism and vision problems. Angie devoted her life to her daughter, often putting her career aside to care for her. But tragedy came crashing down in 2007, when Nikki, at only 40 years old, took her own life. And with that, Angie's world shattered forever. Do you know what it means to have everything the world envies, yet feel like you've lost it all? That's Angie Dickinson's truth. While the world remembers her beauty, her films, and her fame, she remembers only the devastating loss of her daughter. In interviews, she admitted that Nikki's death was something she could never truly accept. Fame meant nothing. Money meant nothing. The applause meant nothing. All she wanted was her child back. Now, at 93 years old, Angie's life is quiet. The spotlight is gone, her body frail with age, and many of the friends and co-stars she once laughed with are no longer here. The glamorous woman who once stopped traffic with her presence now lives in solitude, surrounded by memories, some beautiful, others unbearable. Hollywood moved on, but Angie Dickinson never really could. Imagine this, a woman who defined strength on screen, who inspired millions of women to believe they could be powerful, who lived her life in front of the world, now sitting alone, carrying the weight of losing the one person she loved most. That is the real tragedy of Angie Dickinson. Not the loss of youth. Not the fading of fame. But the silence of an empty home, and the grief of a mother who will never stop mourning. At 93 years old, Angie Dickinson's story forces us to face a painful truth. Behind every Hollywood smile, there may be heartbreak the cameras never reveal. She will forever be remembered as the fearless police woman, but in reality, she is a grieving mother who carries an unhealed wound. So I ask you again, do you know what it's like to have the world, and yet lose everything that matters? For Angie Dickinson, that is not just a question, it is her life. Her tragedy, even now, is beyond heartbreaking.